Wimbyama, special teams field goal blocker.
Welcome back to another episode of the Rellovent Podcast, where relevance is the only thing that matters. I'm your host, Rello. This is my co-host, Rob. We discuss sports, pop culture, and everything in between. Join us as we dive into everything that is relevant. And what's relevant today is the NBA Finals are set to begin June 6th, next Thursday, between the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics took care of the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals with a clean sweep of a very hungry Indiana Pacers team who came to play. Also, the Dallas Mavericks took care of the Minnesota Timberwolves, who looked like they were not ready for the moment. Before we move on to the finals, I know we haven't had a show for about a week and a half or 2 weeks or so. What are your final thoughts about Boston and the Indiana Pacers series? What did you like? What did you dislike? What was the problem with the Pacers? Why weren't they able to overcome the Boston Celtics? And why are the Celtics pretty much moving on to the finals finally? And maybe can they get a chip?
Yeah, Halliburton got hurt, obviously. But even if he had stayed healthy, I don't think they would have won. I think it all comes down to experience. The Boston Celtics have been there multiple times, right? The Pacers have not. And was it game one when that's like the perfect example, right? Game one, me and you discussed this. Siakam, who has been there, but for some reason he just running away from the ball when obviously you taught to run toward the ball, right? Your screen messed up, man.
No, you good. Don't worry about it.
You good? Okay, yeah. It looked like your service went out back in the day. You remember back in the day you used to try to like put on certain channels and be like, oh, hold on, man, I think I see something. But yeah, anywho, Siakam didn't run toward the ball, and I think when they should have been slowing it down, right? But they're trying to get up and down. Halliburton lost the ball, but I think that's just a lack of experience, and they weren't ready for the moment. I think they'll be back next year, do a little bit of retooling. For me, I think they need. I feel like they need like maybe one more piece. I don't think you should be relying on your point guard to go out there and have to just get buckets like that, especially because he's more of a traditional point guard. Yeah, Halliburton can score, but he needs somebody that can go out there and fill it up. And Siakam we've discussed this. Siakam he's okay, right? Maybe a third or fourth option, but if you're trying to go win a championship, he can't be your second best player. So as far as Boston goes, I mean, they got all the pieces. Jason Tatum, who I don't want to sound like a hater. I like his game. I think he's good. I'm just not a fan of the way he plays, and I don't think it's going to win the championship. What's his name? Derek White. Is it Derek White? Right.
Which
yeah.
one?
The bald-headed one.
Yeah, Derek White. No, yeah, Derek White.
Yeah. So he's coming along, and then they got Jaylen Brown. So I feel like those two kind of like a three-headed monster, right? Not to forget my boy Drew Holiday, who locks up. If Kristoff is Kristoff back yet?
No, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, probably. They probably need him back. So he's like, just rest up. But we'll see if he's playing in the finals. But with all that they got, I think they're ready for the finals. But we'll talk about that finals matchup a little bit later.
Okay. Give me a second.
Okay.
Sorry, people. Technical difficulties.
I mean, I could keep going. Also, if we want to keep discussing Boston, and I understand that this part is a part of basketball, right? It happens all the time, but they have been extremely lucky with the road that they've had so far. Halliburton getting hurt.
Yeah.
What's my boy from Cleveland? Dante, what the fucking name is?
Cleveland?
Donovan Mitchell from Cleveland getting hurt. Yeah. Not saying these teams would have beat them, right? Because they was going to beat them anyway. It would have been a little tougher, right? So you can look at that as a gift or a curse, right? They haven't really been challenged so far by anybody, right? They haven't really seen any like really, really tough competition. So, and so when it gets to the finals, they're going against a whole different monster that they haven't seen like throughout these playoffs. They're going to, yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you on your Indiana Pacers take. Even if they had Halliburton, they would have lost pretty much.
Yeah.
But I think the bright side for the Indiana Pacers, they got they found something with Andrew Nembhard, right?
Yeah.
He showed himself to be. He showed that he's probably going to be a nice player eventually. It just takes some more seasoning, as is the case with a lot of people. What you laughing at?
Some seasoning.
Some seasoning, you know what I'm saying?
A little Tony Satcheries.
Yeah, some little Lowry's. Yeah. Salt, pepper, garlic, the usuals. But yeah, I think they found something. They kind of they were I won't say they were fortunate, but they ran into a New York Knicks team who I don't even think was that really that all that good anyway. And also the New York Knicks had a bunch of injuries, which is their own fault, because the way that their head coach runs them into the ground. Also, who did they play in the first round? They played the Bucks. So, yeah. But we said it before the playoffs even started. I picked the Pacers to win, even if Giannis had played in that series.
Yeah, we both picked the Pacers to go to the Eastern Conference Finals from the jump.
Yeah. So they just ran up into a team that was more talented to them. And then one of Boston's the fortunate thing for Boston is that they are able to out-talent a lot of teams, right?
Yeah.
I don't think necessarily they're the best. I mean, they have a nice team, but they're more talented than most teams that they go up against, right? And that's something that you can, especially in the East. That's something you can hang your hat on throughout the 82 game season. When you playing teams like Detroit, Orlando, Charlotte, Houston, on a nightly basis, you can just out talent teams. But when you get to the playoffs, you're gonna play teams that don't necessarily have all of the talent that you have. But they have a more cohesive unit or cohesive group, right? They're more of a nice gumbo with a whole bunch of stuff mixed together that works well together. Boston is more of a whole bunch of dishes that you like, but they don't really go well together. Like I love pizza, I love sushi, I love hot dogs, but I would never put them all on the same plate together, right? Individually, they're all good, right? I would have all of them. I would have sushi for lunch, I would have pizza for dinner, or whatever, or vice versa, right? I would never put them together. But when you have a team like Boston, like I said before, they can out-talent. Going into the finals, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to out-talent the next team that they play in the finals. Because it kind of shows within the last couple of years, it shows that they can't necessarily do that. When you see last year when they played against the Miami Heat. Miami Heat didn't have any of the talent that Boston had, but Miami was a more well-rounded, cohesive team, and they were able to defeat them in 7 games because they were just a better unit as a whole. So going up against the Dallas Mavericks in the finals, I think that's kind of the same issue that they're going to run into. And not only do they have a better cohesive team, they got 2 monsters in the backcourt. 2 guys that are ready and 2 guys that can go. 2 guys, no matter who you put on them, they can give you all the business and some. Um, move moving on to the Dallas Mavericks, they ended up defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games. Should have been 4. They were just happy not to get swept.
Yeah.
It's a lot of talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves now that they've been eliminated from the playoffs. I know my thoughts, of course. I think we talked about it off mic a little bit, but what are the moves that the Minnesota Timberwolves should probably make in order to make that next step? Because to me personally, I think they were probably a year too early to make the Western Conference Finals, and I think it showed its head going against the Mavericks. But moving forward, what do you think the Minnesota Timberwolves should do with that roster, if anything, in order to make it to the NBA Finals next year?
So I think it all depends on your goals, right? So some people say they want to win a championship, right? But do you really, or do you just want to compete for one?
Yeah.
And look like you trying, right? So if you just want to look like you trying, keep the roster. Right? Keep the roster. Don't do nothing. You'll be in contention every year. If you want to win a championship, in my opinion, Rudy Gobert and Cat ain't it. Not at your bigs.
Okay.
Right? You can do one or two things. If you want to keep them, you need to bring in a point guard that can score, that can fill it up. And I'm just like a Steph Curry, not saying he's going, but like a Steph Curry, a Dame, somebody like what's my boy name? Swiper be swiping out in Sacramento.
Oh, the point guard come off the bench?
No, the starter.
The starter?
Fox. De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, so somebody in that mode, right? If you want to keep those two, because in my opinion, and not just in my opinion, you've seen it, Cat can't be counted on consistently, right? You need a consistent second star like Luka and Kyrie, like Jalen Brown, and Tatum.
Vitamins.
Yeah, Tatum and Brown, right? Kobe and Shaq, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, right? You need a second star that you can count on night in and night out, and the Timberwolves do not have that. So if you're going to keep Cat and Rudy, you need to bring in one of those at the guard position. If you don't bring one at the guard position, you need to bring one in the big man position, and you need to move them 2 bums, right? Because I'm trying to figure out what Rudy Gobert do, but be tall.
Yeah, I mean, I seen a meme or I seen somebody say it. It wasn't my thoughts, but they was like, Rudy Gobert need to give them Defensive Player of the Years back.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Rudy Gobert be fooling y'all.
Yeah.
Yes. What Russ say about Pat? Pat be fooling y'all.
He's just running around.
Yeah, that's what Rudy fooling y'all. I'm trying to figure out how you that tall and you're not even really a lob threat. Like, what do you do? Right? So I'm trying to move off of him. I'm trying to move off of Cat. But if I keep Cat as my third option, make him into, because this is what he want to be. He want to be Chris Bosh and Kevin Love when they play with LeBron.
Okay. Right.
He wanted to stand in the corner and shoot threes, right? If that's what you want to do, we can do that. And we got to bring in another guard. But really, we got Naz Reid, man. I seen Nas. Babe, bye. We're gonna keep Nas Reid. Y'all two can go, and we're gonna bring in some more talent at the guard spots. Maybe another defensive big that we don't got to pay that much, right? To when we do face the Nuggets, but there's other teams besides the Nuggets out there, man, that are coming. And for me, the Wolves don't have enough guard firepower that can be counted on consistently outside of Ant Edwards. So, yeah, bring in another guard that can score and get rid of Cat and get rid of Rudy, because they ain't it.
Yeah. I was watching one of the sports shows yesterday, and they were talking about how they're kind of in like a salary cap hell. Right.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because I think they just paid Jaden McDaniels. I think he gave him about $130 or something like that. Cat already signed a big deal like a year ago, and I think I don't even think it like kicked in yet. Then obviously Rudy Gobert got a big deal, and then Anthony Edwards got a big deal. And I hear what you're saying with the big dudes, but I don't know if. The problem with them is that they've kind of for one, Rudy has solidified, or he is verified all the other players' thoughts about him with this one series right here. They was like, he's trash, boom, boom, all that. And for the first time that I've seen, it was a Defensive Player of the Year winner, and the other team was seeking them out on defense. Like the best players wanted to have him guard them while he was on the floor. He was virtually unplayable, and that's been his problem throughout his career in the playoffs. He's been unplayable in the fourth quarter, and in this series, he was damn near unplayable. Period.
Yeah,
like the value that these teams see in him, I don't see. I mean, it's kind of unfathomable how somebody could get these awards. It's like Jeremy Lin winning an MVP, like winning 4 MVPs.
But who's voting on these awards though? Right?
I don't know who's voting on them.
I'll tell you who, the writers, the analysts, the so-called experts, right? That love to push certain narratives about stats and analytics when you got people that can actually watch the game, and that, which are the players, which are, some ex-players, some of the fans, right? We watch the game and we just like, come on, man, what do we?
Yeah.
He don't deserve that award. But again, sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
They want to push certain players to the front, right, of like NBA stardom. Not saying some don't deserve it, but it's like we talked about Jokic. Not saying he's not the greatest player in the world. 3 MVPs and one championship. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? Not saying he's not good. Not saying he's not talented. Is he better than Tim Duncan?
No.
5 championships? I think what Timmy got 2 MVPs?
I don't even know if he got 2.
Exactly. My point. Shaq, 4 championships, 1 MVP. So it's just like they want to push certain people to the front, right? Give them these awards, make them stand out. I'm just like, and they create whatever narrative they want in order to get these individuals awards. But when the time comes, they're not showing that they deserve said awards.
You're right. I agree. Yeah, like back to my original point. My point is, I don't know if there's anything that they can do, right? We just spoke about Rudy Gobert, and then Cat he's kind of deep. Like he lost all his value that he had with this series. So trading him and with that big contract is kind of like almost not an option. I mean, you could try it. You ain't gonna get nothing back. I mean, and then I don't know if any team will be willing to do a deal.
One of them got to go
immediately.
One of them got to go, man. It's just and I'm to the point. Even if you gotta take a step back and give them away for nothing, get them out of there, right? Because sometimes, what is it? You done land navigation, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know how you come up to a tree and you can't get around it, or like you come up to a tree, you can't get around it, or you come up to like a bunch of trees and you gotta like sidestep, like 20 steps forward, 20 steps back, right? Sometimes that's what you got to do in life, right? You got to just like, hey, look, this is as far as we can go right now. We got to do some side steps, right?
Yeah.
And then we can start taking some steps forward. So, look, man, y'all gonna have to do some sidestepping, Timberwolves. Some lateral moves. You ain't gonna be going nowhere. However, it'll help you get where you're going, where you're trying to go in the future. Because Rudy ain't gonna help you win a championship. And in my opinion, Cat as your second best player is not a championship player. I don't know if I want him to be my third best player, if I'm being honest. Because what does Cat do special? You let me know. What is he special at? What is his like? You like, okay, I can count on Cat to do this night in and night out. What is it?
Like, I don't know. I don't know, but I know what he wants us to think it is.
Yeah, no, I want you to tell me what it is.
Because he was talking about he's the like, and when he said this, it kind of flabbergasted me. He said he's the greatest or best big man shooter ever. I'm like, just off the top of my head, I'm like, was there not a person named Dirk Nowitzki that played in the NBA? And wasn't he 7 foot? And wasn't he splashing threes on people? Wasn't he shooting from the outside? Ain't it this guy called ain't it this guy named Kevin Durant? He's 7 foot, right? Don't he shoot? He shoot threes. He shoot mid range, right?
Yeah.
That's just off the top of my head. When did this guy named Chris Bosh, who completely transformed his game when he went to Miami Heat and started shooting threes, which I don't never really remember him doing when he was in Toronto.
Yeah.
Ain't it this guy named Kevin Love, who's a big man, who was splashing threes even before he played with LeBron?
He's not the best big man shooter in the league.
Right. So
what's his definition of big man? Because he tall?
Yeah.
Over 7, whatever it's over 7'2" or something? Is that what he mean?
I guess. I don't know. Whatever it is, he ain't it. I know that. Whatever he thought he was, he ain't it.
Yeah, he want to push a narrative like he wants to, like, I don't know, have a name for himself, which is whatever.
Yeah. So with that being said, the Dallas Mavericks will face the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals. What do you got? You got any predictions on what you first off, who you think is going to win between the Mavericks and the Celtics? Because I know who I want to win. I'm gonna root for the Dallas Mavericks, right?
Okay.
And that's just off the strength of Kyrie and Luka. I think this is their time, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Boston Celtics do not have that one thing that they missing in order to get over the hump, and that one thing that they missing is a true point guard, right? I'm not necessarily saying that all teams need a pure point guard for them to win. It's just that this team, the Boston Celtics, needs a pure point guard to win, because the problem that the Celtics run into is that they play a lot of one-on-one basketball. And when they do move the ball, it looks like they got offense, but they really don't. It's just Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown dribbling the ball, pat, 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 pat. And then if they don't got it, then they'll pass it off and they start swinging the ball. And then hopefully Derek White hit a three. Drew Holiday ends up backdooring somebody for an easy layup. It's very simple. But the problem is that in the end of the game, they end up having Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum playing one-on-one ISO ball, and they don't necessarily know who's gonna take the shot or whose time it is, right? Mm-hmm. The addition of a pure point guard is for him to facilitate, as the coach on the floor, who gets the ball, who's in the right spot, who can I get this ball to in the right spot, right? The problem is, like, even with when they played game 1 with the Indiana Pacers, Jaylen Brown hit a tough three, right? But I think if they had a point guard, that shot wouldn't have been so tough, right? And I think people confuse tough shot making with good shots.
Yeah.
Right. Just because you made it doesn't necessarily mean that was a good shot to take. And they take a lot of tough shots just because they can. And like I said before, that they out-talenting people. I don't necessarily think they can out-talent the Dallas Mavericks, because I think as a whole, the Boston Celtics got 2 big guns. The Dallas Mavericks got 2 big guns. I think the Dallas Mavericks big guns have way more firepower and they make better decisions than the Boston Celtics. So I'm gonna go with the Dallas Mavericks. Like I said, just off the strength of Luka and Kyrie Irving, and I just don't think that Boston has that one thing in order to push them over the top.
Okay. I'm gonna say, so I agree with you. I'm gonna change the word point guard to facilitator.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
you use the word right because you can win. I think you can win championships without a traditional point guard, but you need a facilitator, right?
Yeah.
As I think about all the like championship teams, right? Draymond, even though I think Steph is traditional point guard, they just don't use him in that way. But Draymond Green is facilitator. LeBron is facilitator. So for Boston, yeah, I don't think they have a facilitator. They brought in Drew Holiday. So I'll ask you this question. I'm playing a little devil's advocate.
Okay.
Drew Holiday is an all-world defender, correct?
Yes.
You don't think he can do anything with Kyrie or Luka? Nothing.
Okay. I'll answer you this in this way. Is Kyrie better than offensively? Is Kyrie better than Jimmy Butler?
Offensively, Kyrie is one in the like. He could say he's the best offensive player in the league, offensive player ever if he want.
So that's a yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So offensively, is Luka Doncic better offensive player than Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
Okay. So I say that to say that. Well, I asked that to say this. Last year, Jimmy Butler, who the primary defender on Jimmy Butler was Drew Holiday.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler had his way with Drew Holiday.
Okay.
When he was with the Bucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had his way with him. And Jimmy Butler's not like I'm going to say that I don't know if it's because of the strength thing. He's probably just as strong or stronger than Drew Holiday, but he had his way. And Jimmy doesn't do a lot of running around like off the ball, right? That's not his game. His game is to wear you down physically, right? But if you put Drew Holiday on Kyrie gonna run around a little bit. I've seen that now that he's with Dallas, like he run around a little bit. That's gonna tire him out. I think you can't put him on Luka because you don't want that man in foul trouble. Luka gonna get some fouls, or he gonna cry for some fouls.
He gonna keep trying. He gonna do his damnedest to draw some fouls.
Yeah,
every move he got is a foul drawer.
Let me read through my thing. Oh, foul. There we go.
Yeah, he'd be going through drill. I probably going through drill. Oh, ref, they touching me. He's like, ref.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I don't think. I mean, who else on that team is an all-world defender?
Tatum can defend and Brown can defend.
Tatum can defend, but they have an offensive responsibility, don't they?
Derek White can defend.
Okay. But you asked about Drew Holiday.
Yeah. Oh, you just asked me who else can defend. I answered your question. They got three other guys that are about 6'7", 6'8" that can defend on the wing. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think any of those? You think they are Luka or Kyrie stoppers?
I don't call nobody a stopper. It's somebody that can make it work.
Okay. You think they'll
so
make
it's
it
like,
work?
can I make you work and can I make you take tough shots? Right. And then my thing is, if I were to put somebody on Luka, it's gonna have to be Jason Tatum, right? Because you can't foul me out. I think like superstars superstars know like, hey, only chance we got to guard these other superstars if I guard them, that they ain't gonna foul me out.
I know they told me that Cat was a superstar. Well,
Cat ain't no damn superstar.
They told me that Cat was a budgeting star. They fouled his ass out with the quickness.
You got no choice but to foul him out. He be making it too obvious.
Okay.
So I think if Tatum or Brown, if they're picking up Luka, they're smart defenders, and they're also you're not gonna, right? The NBA's a business, right? Mm-hmm. You want ratings. You're not finna have Tatum on the bench in foul trouble the whole playoffs. Mm. You know, so I think Kobe, Stephen A. told a story about how he was playing Kobe. Kobe was like, I'm about to foul you and ain't gonna say nothing. He said he slapped the ball, slapped his arms, took it, went and scored, and the refs was like, looked at him like, what? And I was like, dope.
That's Kobe.
Yeah, so I don't think they're gonna put him in foul trouble. But anyway, back to the game. Who am I picking? It's hard because if you just like Tatum, Brown, I think Tatum can match Luka, right? I think Brown can match Kyrie. You got Derek White, who can get his. Porzingis is hurt, so with Porzingis, if Porzingis isn't playing, I go Dallas, obviously. But let's say he is playing, I'm gonna lean toward Dallas a little. I'm gonna lean toward Dallas just a little, for the simple fact of, at the end of the game, right? At the end of the game, if Tatum got the ball, right? Let's just say Tatum's they guy, and then Luka got the ball. Who gonna get a better shot? In your opinion,
who's gonna get a better shot? I think.
Who gonna get a better shot? You tell me.
Okay, who I think will get the better shot, and who I think there's two questions here. I think who's gonna get the better shot and who's gonna make the shot, right? Because I just said it before. Just because you make a tough shot, don't mean it's a better shot or a good shot, right?
Yeah.
I think Tatum will get a better shot just off the strength that he's like 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", and he should be able to raise up over most of his defenders, especially the ones that probably will defend him on the Mavericks. I think he'll get a better shot because he'll go to the bucket. He does the same thing as Luka. He'll try to get a foul, but he'll get to the bucket, right? But I think Luka, from what I've seen this past playoffs, right? Luka will make the shot.
Okay. Well, I disagree. I think Luka's going to get the better shot and make the shot. Okay. Right. I think if you're getting a good shot, you're going to make a shot. The reason Tatum don't make the shots at the end is because he's not getting good shots.
Get good shots.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he can raise up, but usually when he raising up, it's like some fadeaway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's some fadeaway. Luka
has fadeaways too. It's step backs, fadeaways. Yes. But the thing about him is, I'm sorry to cut you off, but he'll do it in the mid range.
Exactly. You right there, right?
Like
Luka's getting to that mid range, and he's doing that high screen, right? Gonna work you down, get to that free throw line, do his little step back, little fadeaway. But it's a nice shot. He's on balance. He shoots it all game.
Yeah.
Right, and we know watching. He's gonna get at the top of the key. He's gonna set the screen, gonna rescreen, and he's gonna work he gonna get you on his back. He gonna dribble down to that free throw, right? And then when you try to, he gonna step back, shoot the jump shot.
Yeah,
we know it's coming. We know worst case scenario, Luka go get on that block in the mid range, right? All in the air. He's gonna get you. The shots that he likes to shoot, that he shoots all game. His Tatum, I'm like, Tatum gonna get it. He gonna try to bump. He gonna shoot fadeaways to baseline. It's like, bro, none of these things. Yeah, all that stuff, and then shoot it. And which I don't like about Luka does it, but for some reason Tatum does it too, and he's not good at it. He's gonna shoot it and then start looking at the ref. Right, and I'm not a fan of players who are always trying to draw fouls. Right, go get the bucket. If they foul you, cool, get your foul. But Tatum and Luka both have this habit. For some reason, I guess Luka's just a better player, so he's more successful at it. Like scoring, trying to draw fouls, crying that you ain't got the foul that you're trying to draw. But I think the person who wins the championship, the team that wins the championship, really is going to go to who cries the least.
Okay, well here's the thing. Kyrie don't really cry.
Yeah.
Luka cries.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum cries. Jaylen Brown cries.
Yeah.
So Boston's best players cry.
Yeah.
Dallas best players, only one of them cry.
Yeah.
So just by simple math.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Whoever cries least is going to win the championship. So Luka, yeah, you're right. Luka, they only got one person who cries to the rest. The Boston Celtics got two. So. Right there with you.
All right.
So we taking Dallas. All right. So if we taking Dallas, how many games? Dallas and what?
So I don't think home court matters. I'm gonna go Dallas, and it's kind of hard not to sound like a safe pick, but I'm gonna go Dallas in 6. So I think Dallas wins 1. Dallas. I'm gonna break it down for you real simple, like.
Okay.
Dallas win game 1. Boston wins game 2. Let me hold on. Dallas wins game 1. Boston wins game 2. Dallas runs 2 straight back in Dallas.
Okay.
Boston wins back in Boston. And Dallas finishes it off in Dallas.
Got you. Okay.
Because it is 2. Is it for the finals? Is it 2?
It's 2-2-1-1-1-1.
So so it's the same, or is it 2?
Yeah, it used to be different.
Yeah, it used to be 2-3-2.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now it's 2-2-1-1-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if it's that way, yeah, I think Dallas wins in 6 back in Dallas.
Okay. I'm gonna go Dallas in 7.
Okay. You think Dallas gonna win in Boston in Game 7?
Yeah.
I like it.
It's Kyrie and Luka, man.
Yeah. We gotta make it dramatic.
Yeah, got to make it dramatic. So, but I got Dallas taking game 1. I got them splitting in Dallas. I got them splitting in Boston, and then
They just go back and forth.
And then it's gonna be a game 7, and then Luka gonna do what Luka did to the Timberwolves.
What, he gonna fucking damn near break up the whole Boston team?
Yeah, 20 in the first quarter. That's what he did.
Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah.
Okay. With that being said, we think Dallas wins. If Boston loses, what do you do with Boston? Do you keep it the same, like run it back, or do you try to make some changes? Because Jaylen Brown just got $300 million. Jason Tatum will get $350 or $3. He gonna get more than Jaylen. He gonna get $300 plus.
Yeah.
That's $600 between 2 dudes that ain't get you a chip. And then they just extended Drew Holiday.
So what I do?
What you do?
All right, that's what I'm gonna do. You ready? You said you need a facilitator at the 1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna trade Kristoff.
Okay.
And I'm gonna trade Derek White.
Okay.
Just for Cat and Mike Conley. To get your facilitator at the 1, you I'm just trying to help the Timberwolves.
Yeah. I'm just like, that don't make no damn sense. Okay.
No, I'm just trying to help the Timberwolves. No, because I think me and you both agree they need a facilitator, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably move off of Derek White, right? His stock is up, and I would go get me a facilitator at the 1, because you can play Drew at the 2, you can play Brown at the 3, you can play Tatum at the 4, right? Keep Kristoff at the 5, and now I go get me somebody who can facilitate an offense, and I use Derek White as somebody who can go get it for me because his value is up, so I can go get a real good facilitating one. So that's what I would do.
Right, like, and then like when we say we need a facilitator, like they don't need like a superstar. Like I just need somebody to distribute this daggone ball. Like if they could pry, like if they would have been nice if they could have at the trade deadline went and got Kyle Lowry. Right, that would have been nice for them. This offseason, I don't know. I think Chris Paul said he coming back. Go get Chris Paul. That'll be cheap. I don't even think you got to trade for him.
Yeah.
Because I think he's at the point where he gonna get a what's that, veteran minimum deal anyway. Mm-hmm. So try to go get him. Just get a distributor, man. Somebody.
Yeah, you could even get not saying he's leaving, but a Draymond. You get Draymond, play him at the 4, and then Drew Holiday your 1. But now you got Draymond to facilitate. Somebody who could be like, look, go stand in the corner. You come get it. We stop shooting. You not hot. What?
Yeah,
like a floor general, essentially. Some type of floor general.
Exactly. That's what they need.
Yeah.
All right. Did you get you got your phone with you?
Yeah. I got my phone. Right.
Did you get the video I sent you?
Yeah, I got the video you sent me.
I'm gonna play this for the people as well. But I want you to react. We're gonna react to this video. It's not that long. It's like 2 minutes, or almost 3. But it's pretty Have you seen this?
No, I ain't seen it, man. Play a video.
All right, so I'm gonna play it. Right?
Okay.
And you watch it, and we just gonna react to it. All right.
Okay. I'm in here.
You playing it?
Yeah, I'm about to play it right now.
All right.
Can I mute my mic?
Yeah, mute your mic. Just let me know when you play it.
Is it the little mute mic button right here?
Yeah, it should have a little, and then when you click it, it'll have an X on it or whatever.
Under Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Great. You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended,
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving, and he didn't have a license.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended, and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. I got enough of it. Okay.
Okay. What did you get to?
The 1 minute 30-second mark.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit more. Yeah, you got the gist.
Yeah.
How? First off, the Harry Potter and the nerve of these dudes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if your license is suspended, do you know your license is suspended?
Yeah.
More than likely, right?
Yeah.
So you know you got a Zoom call with a judge.
Yeah.
About your suspended license.
Yeah.
So you gonna get on the Zoom call while you driving, talking about, yeah, I'm about to pull in. I'm pulling in right now. We like, hold on, is he driving?
Yeah.
All right, but at the end of the video, the judge is like, bruh, he said, turn yourself in by 6 p.m. tonight, or I'm sending out a bench warrant with no bond. It's you going to jail, bro.
Yeah. You can't. I'm trying to. What can you compare this to?
That's like, oh, I got it. That's like you cheating on your girl, right?
I was thinking this too. That's why I was going. Go ahead, keep going.
In your house,
Yeah.
in y'all's bed, she come in from a hard day's work. She opens up the bedroom door. You in there with some other chick just going to work. And then you look up like, it ain't what it looked like.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it looked like. That man was like, man's like, I'm on the way to a doctor's appointment. I'm pulling in right now. He's like, I'm about to park.
Yeah, it's like you cheating on your girl. She call you and she like, are you cheating on me? And you like, nah. She's like, okay, well, I'm on my way home. And then you go in the room.
Like she let you know, like, I'm
Yeah.
coming home.
Yeah, I'm coming home. You're like, all right, cool. Then you go in the room and then she catch you and you just like,
What you doing here so fast?
Yeah. You on the call, suspended license, and you call him while driving?
While driving.
You got to be.
And first off, you got an option. We just had a whole bunch of technical difficulties before the show. You got the option to show yourself on the damn call. You could have turned your camera off.
You got the option to just be at home.
No, he had a doctor's appointment.
Yeah,
I can't reschedule this, babe. I've been
Yeah. He thought if I tell him I'm at a doctor's appointment, but that's what people do. People justify they wrongs in their head. Well, I got to drive to my doctor. I thought you just meant I can't be driving to places for pleasure.
For recreational purposes.
Yeah, recreational purposes. But this is important. So, I mean, I feel like I should be able to drive over here. Like,
you should be turning yourself in by 6 p.m. tonight.
Yeah.
With no bond.
Your dumb ass.
Hey, like, but you missed the part. Like, it's when the judge says, when the judge says, turn yourself in by 6 p.m. tonight without no warrant, whatever, without bond, he looks at the camera like, oh my God. Like the judge is being unreasonable.
Yeah. This ain't fair.
Right. Like, oh my God. Like,
what I do wrong?
Right.
Y'all picking on me.
They always talking about them. Like, nah, man. It's always they talking about.
Yeah. I had my little brother got fired one day from a job, and I was like, man, how you get fired? He said, they said I was sleeping. Was you sleeping? Huh?
When you ask a valid question, now all of a sudden people can't hear.
Yeah, that's the judge say. A judge like he probably telling the story to his people. Yeah, they tripping talking about I can't drive. Talking about I was driving on a suspended license. Was you driving on a suspended license?
Huh?
Man, look, man, that ain't the point. They mistreating the brother.
They trying to get me, right?
Yeah.
And he looked like a dumb. He looked like a dummy, right?
Yeah.
He looked like a type of dude. He looked like the type of dude when making a peanut butter jelly sandwich. He put the peanut butter and the jelly on the same slice of bread.
Ew.
Right? Like, why this shit ain't spreading right?
Yeah. They do. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Dude, I don't know. These people, but what's crazy is he out there driving somewhere.
Yeah. So imagine, like, he ain't the only one.
Yeah.
It's other motherfuckers.
You ever heard something? I forget what I heard it, but it's like when we was in school, they had those regular kids and they had the other classes, right? I'm going to other classes. After we graduate, we all just out here.
Oh yeah, we all in the same.
And some of them got driver's licenses. They got driver's licenses. They got Twitter pages. They got all of it. Like, you know what I mean? They got here.
Yeah.
And you can't. How do you differentiate? Like, they need some necklaces or something, or like a. So I know. So like, you know what I mean? So I know not to like get mad at them. Like, okay, you don't know no better.
You need like a chain to say I was in the special class in high school.
Yeah. That way I know not to get mad at you.
Right.
And I can keep myself calm. Like, oh, that's okay. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, you're right. We all out here together now. Like we was in a hard building class. He was in the trailer behind the school.
Yeah.
He got out. We got out at 3. He got out at 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
He had the same class he stayed in the same class all day.
Yeah.
Like then they walk to lunch holding hands and shit.
Mm-hmm. This is high school.
This is high school. Like they hold hands. Damn, they hold hands and shit. They got school free lunch.
Mm.
They eat together.
I ain't touching this one no more. You got it.
I'm sorry. They eat together. Everybody done? All right. Let's get up. Put your plate in the trash, please. Okay. Grab your hands. Who want to be the line leader?
They 17 at this point.
Yeah, yeah. He the line leader. He was. I want to be the line leader, Miss Johnson. In high school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's once they go back and color for the rest of the day.
they color like this.
Can't stand the lines.
Yeah, that's okay. He creative. He think outside the box.
Yeah, now he got a driver's license.
Now he got a driver's license, and now he by 6 p.m. tonight he gonna be drawn inside the box. Jail cell. Like,
oh jeez.
But yeah, people stupid out here. People. I mean, I don't. Not people. I'm sorry. I don't. Whatever. That's our show for the day. We'll catch y'all next time on the Rellovent Podcast. I'm your host, Rello. This is my co-host, Rob. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. We hear y'all comments. We see your comments. We love them. You call us dumbasses, all that shit. We stupid. We don't know what we talking about. Man, we just giving opinions. We love it, though. Keep doing it. I love it. Anyway, see y'all next week on the Rellovent Podcast. Until then, be easy.